important for people to.
When you say you have a lot of guy friends,
yeah,
you know men and women can't be friends.
I mean, I don't know.
Do you have a lot of guy friends? Or do you have a lot of male orbiters?
I've got a lot of brothers.
Okay. Right.
I've got a lot of brothers. I've got people that look out for me because I've gotten to a stage where boundaries are set, one, and then two, they also know my story and the love they have for me is.
When you say boundaries are set, what do you mean?
It means that it's the man them. You the same thing. If you're not gonna do this to your brethren, you're not gonna do it to me.
No.
That's simple. Those simple barriers.
We do have some girls that are man them, but a lot of times when girls say, "Oh yeah, I have friends, male friends," a lot of the times they're guys that like them at some point.
I don't know. I just feel like it's normal for me. I already know what I look like, and it's normal for guys.
What does that mean? I don't understand.
I think that universally men can find me appealing, visually appealing.
But did you meet them in a setting where
Never. I hardly.
Friendship setting.
Listen, the way is again. It all comes down to you being educated as a woman to carry yourself as a human, not as a girl.
But what are you getting to, China? What, like saying that all of the bridges just want to fuck?
Yeah, basically.
I mean, so
I don't believe that.
You know,
that's so dead.
I've got loads of guys.
Yeah, but it depends. It's an age thing, or but see, when you get past 30, I do believe there's guy friends or girls that don't just want to just.
Brethren,
I'll be honest with you, man. Girls do this all the time, and I'm not gonna do it to you now because it's fine. But I would say, listen, if you think that's the case, yeah, we could easily test it out. Whenever we do this, girls never want to do it. We're like, cool.
Brethren, if I give you my phone,
I'll text
and
one
you
of
do that, some of them will be like, "You're
nah. Man would fail. Man would fail that test, yeah, so badly.
Not my brothers.
Man would fail that. Man would fail that test.
A lot of man would.
Yeah, and do you know why? Because a lot of man.
Some of them would.
Oh yeah.
No, but you know,
they're not my brothers.
No, but
they're
that's
just
not
people that I'm already.
And that's the thing. I just want the honesty. I just want the honesty. She's like, yeah, some of them would.
Thank you.
That's all
I know. I feel like you don't lie. I feel like you're not actually.
I just want the honesty.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not. Listen.
Because
there's categories of friendships. Or
I agree.
There's acquaintances. There's brothers. There's plugs.
What's plugs?
Yeah, I've never heard of that
You need to tell the people what's plugs.
Where's the plug
There's brothers, there's what? There's acquaintances and there's plugs.
Is that like friends with
break it down.
benefits or
Sit down, let's break it down.
Okay. So acquaintances is just men that you know, like just like.
How did you meet them?
They would meet through friends, meet through whatever. Some of them make even like fancy you a little bit, but you're an acquaintance. I don't really want much with you, and the fact that you fancy me means that you're distant because I'm not interested.
Okay.
Two, then there's the brothers, the ones that genuinely show a certain interest.
But how did you meet them?
How do you meet people?
I don't know, because it depends. Like,
just meet people.
If you meet a
how I
man
meet
and then
them.
he tries to move to you, but you don't kind of like him, then he becomes your brother. I think
No.
he's only your brother because that's all he had to get. You get me?
I agree with that.
You know what I mean? He's just
I
waiting his
agree
time.
with that.
And
It's
I'll be
not
honest with
waiting
you.
his time. His time's changed.
No, but you know what? You'd be surprised how many men get promoted from the brother to it's getting incestuous. But I'm saying a lot of men, bro. I mean, real. A lot of men hang about, bro. Then there'll be one day she'll be like, "Oh, he upset me. Come round." And boy, that day he's round. He's like, "Babe, you know what?"
No, I do agree with what you're saying.
No, there's
I think like, a lot
there.
of your single friends here that might just be your friends. If they had a chance to beat, they might.
Listen, I'm.
But they might still would happy be friends too
I'm
after that.
wired enough to understand when somebody is around me for the wrong reasons because the energy does not lie.
No, but I don't think.
These men are
No,
good,
but I don't.
man.
I don't think he means that though.
No, they
think
don't.
he means that.
They just ease it. These men are like
listen.
go hangers.
Exactly, because you know,
these men are go hangers. Go hangers.
Because you know, it's like, for example, because I know we always talk. Because like, for example, I've never been in a room with just man, yeah, that speak and say, "Oh, that's my sister." Like, I would never do anything. Like, men don't really talk like that.
No.
Like, girls would say, "That's my brother." Oh, I would never do that. Men don't really say that about the girl that's meant to be your sister.
No,
that's not
but
your
they'll
sister.
say that's a bit weird. That's
No, but
They're
men,
friends
no,
with you, bro.
yeah, but
That's
no, but as a man, you see, if
fam.
there were 6 brothers here, right, and then one brother's got a friend that's like a girl,
Yeah.
and she chills with you, yeah, but it's not his sister. There's not. They're just she calls her brother, but like, is he gonna say to the 6 that's my sister? And I would never. Most of you, he ain't gonna say that.
Laura, what about you? You said
it's not the same.
Laura, you said none of your friends would do that. Go on.
No, I've got loads of guy friends.
Loads of guy friends.
that have never crossed boundaries.
I mean, that's because you've set the boundary. But
Wait,
if you drop the boundary,
we're only talking of single men though, yeah.
But then how do you know?
Yeah, single men. Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to
How
say.
do you know?
What do you mean?
As a woman, how would you know?
How would you know?
I don't think you would.
I'm not gonna.
Because I
you
don't
would.
think as a woman, I don't think you do know.
How did
No, I
you
don't
meet
think you
them? How did you meet them?
I don't know. Work with, gone out with, socialised with.
Work with. I think.
Through friends.
I think.
Yeah,
I'll be real with
bump
you.
into each other at the park.
I'll be real with you, and I'll keep it honest with you. Like, if they were single, even some of them are in relationships anyway, but that's the next story. Your friends, they'll be on you, and if you allow them to know that something could happen, they will take that up, because you know why? You're a pretty woman, and pretty woman, but you are, and men are men, and why would they turn down a pretty woman?
I know, but this is
Trust
the thing.
me.
I think that what you're trying to say is that men and women can be friends, or if the men and women are friends, a man can look at a woman and say, yeah, she's fuckable.
Well,
that's something that is totally different.
it's not just about
No, we can
brothers.
be friends,
No.
but one of us places the other person in the friend zone. So
Of
here's
course,
the thing.
but say for example, you got all these brothers, yeah?
Yeah.
How many of them have got partners?
Not all of them.
Because that's why I ask. Because if they're all single, yeah, this is where it kind of more goes to what China's trying to say. Because the reason why they're single and they have time to entertain you is because they might fuck one day.
No.
Like they're not
Like, for
One day.
What might not, but they might.
Okay.
Can they be bothered to wait?
Yes, man.
Because like you see what I mean, my
they
wife
can.
can't have no
they
brother
can.
friends. Like
No.
she's got brethren that she knew from a long time.
Why can't your wife for 16 years have no brother friends? Why
Because
not?
I know how men think, bro.
And how do men think?
And men want to fuck. You know
But
what
why
I'm saying?
it's her brother friends?
But
don't
then
know.
again, it's not that she hasn't got brother friends. She has got friends at home, but
they
they're not.
can't be
but they're not.
around.
They're not
Yeah.
like around, man.
They're not messaging.
They're not around. They're not messaging.
Yeah.
They're not around. Like obviously she got friends that are boys. They go from young, but
Come on.
none of the bridges from like you think
Boundaries.
she's met a brother in the last 5-10 years. That's in a friends group.
And that's the whole point. Like, for
it's
example,
not like it can't happen, but it just don't happen.
and that's the thing. I am a single woman.
Of course.
On top of that, so what I can,
What does that
I can,
mean?
that means that I am
outside.
No, it simply means that my energy is open to being able to
Of
comfortably hold
course.
conversations with men.
Of course.
because
Of
there's
course.
no one else there that is going to make me think, okay, how will this interaction impact someone else?
Of
I don't
course.
have to think
Yeah,
about
of
somebody.
course, I agree,
So
I
through
agree,
that, I
I
can
agree.
actually make a lot of good connections and a lot of links with people that realistically we are there for each other, not for the
course.
fact that we need to because we're single or whatever. It's just because people like to have company.
I agree with that, I
People like
agree.
to have friendships. It's only now that we're adults that people keep talking about this. But when you're young and you're a little kid in primary school or whatever, you have guy friends and you got girl friends. It's the most normal thing.
No,
but I
agree.
think that right now people are so
It's just-
obsessed
I'll
with
be
the
honest
idea
with
of
you.
sex that
Men
it's just
don't
disgusting.
really look at a woman with a lot of male friends like in primary school now. It's not the same.
No, it is not. But then that's why
It's kind of like a red flag.
I stand up for it because
Why?
I'm somebody that I respect myself very highly, and because of how I respect myself, people respect me. And any man that is around me, I dress the way that I dress, I look the way that I look. I know that a lot of people will look at me and think, a lot of guys will look at me and think, yeah, she's leng. I know.
Wow.
Am I lying? Am I lying? No, am I lying?
Wow.
Why is it wrong for me to say that men
Course
don't
they
think
will.
I'm
Because
leng?
there needs to be some humbleness